So Chan, tell me, when people come to me, they are happy with what I'm selling. They're happy to buy my course, and they like what I'm doing. They go through the episodes, everything. They go through the modules, and they're happy with everything. And but they can't afford it. They say I can't afford it, or they say I have to think about it. Another thing is I don't have the money right now. I want to do it in a couple of months' time, or I want to start it in 2 months' time. That's one thing that they say. Another thing they say is I don't have the money right now. I have to think about it. Those are the three main objections that they talk to me about. So how do you overcome that type of objections on a sales call? Yeah. So what they're really trying to say is not that they don't have the money, or not that they don't like the product. They say they like the product, but what they're saying is mostly they don't value the product to what you're offering. So your offer is probably your price for them is too high in terms of value. So one thing you can do is you need to talk about more value in terms of benefits. So you talk about the benefits more and more. So you give them an idea about, oh, this is how much valuable it is. Why are you charging 700 or 1,000 US dollars for this? So you have to show them the value in terms of benefits. That's one thing you can do. If they procrastinate, if they say, oh, I want to make a decision in 2 months' time or 3 months' time, you need to ask why. You need to dig deeper. You need to ask hard questions. Why would you want to wait? Because they might say, oh, I don't have the time right now. That's one thing they would say. If they don't have the time right now, that means they never had the time before, and they don't have the time now, and they'll never have the time in future. So you have to tell them, you have to show them that they're not going to have the time in future. But if they started it 2 months ago, 6 months ago, they would have had results by now, and they would have not been in this position, right? So they will be in a better position in the next 2 months if they start now. So that's one thing you can say. Another thing, most of the time they say, I have to think about it. Then you ask them, well, what do you need to think about? Most of the time it's about either whether I can afford it, right? Or do I like this product? Do I like this person as a person? So if they decide on these three as a yes, then they will go ahead with you. So what you need to do is, yes, I understand, I'm with you, let's think through now. And then you come up with this question saying, one thing is, can I afford it? So can I afford to buy this? Can I invest this amount? And am I happy to invest? If they're not happy to invest, you need to ask why. Why are you not happy? Are you not considering this as a valuable product or service? And then you need to dig deeper and then go back to the benefits. If they're happy with that, then you go, okay, do you like me as a person? Do you like this product? And do you like me as a person? If they are, they never say they don't like you. So most of the time it's about the product, or if they can afford it. So if they say yes to those, then they will go ahead. So you have to bring these up. They might say, I have to ask my wife. They might say, I have to ask my accountant. I have to ask my financial controller. Blah blah blah. It's the same answer. What do you need to ask? Do you like this product? And if they come up with an objection, what would they say no to? Would they say no to something? And if they would say no, what would they say no to? If they say, oh, the price, then it's his objection that he's bringing up. So those are the things that you need to consider. And another objection, you said, it's too high, it's too much, I can't afford it. If they say it's too much, you need to ask how much too much. That's another question. If you say 700, and if they say it's too much, how much too much? It's $100 too much. Then you know that they are happy to pay 600. So you say, okay, if I give it to you for 600, would you buy it? Would you go ahead now? So you have to ask those hard questions, and that's how you close the sale. So it's not about agreeing to everything. It's understanding from the other person's perspective and coming up with a solution to their problem. They're having a problem. They are the ones who have the problem. So you have to come up with a solution as to how can we afford it, rather than I can't afford it. So that's another question. That's something that I tell to my clients. Okay, let's see, how can we afford it? So if you had this started, you'd have clients, you'll have an income. So if you waited 2-3 months, you are losing some income. That's a potential revenue that you could have got if you implemented it now. So it's something that we do as marketing for marketing, because we sell marketing packages. So for that, what we do is we say, if you don't start it now, in 2 months' time, you will still not be able to afford it. So if you start it now, you'll be able to afford more or go to the higher package in 2 months' time. So that's something that you can bring up. So that's how we market, and this works most of the time, unless they are really broken, they really don't have money, and they are not happy to go ahead with you. You can even give a trial to see if they are really interested. And then you can ask these kind of questions. If I give it to you for 1 month free, would you go with it after 1 month if it works? So that means that it's about a doubt in your product or service. So if they have doubts, then they will be like, yes, definitely, because then they will get to know more about the product and they will go ahead after that. Yeah. So that's how you overcome these kind of objections. It's not difficult to deal with them. It's about understanding and looking at it from a different perspective, rather than being emotional and being defensive. You don't have to be defensive. You just try to help. You have to always have the mindset of a helping person, so that they will understand that the energy transfers that way, and they will go ahead. Yeah. Now I understand. Thank you very much. It's my pleasure.